Hello, good afternoon everyone. We are live here on the Craft Store. Whether you're watching us on Facebook, online on the website, or even on YouTube, it's lovely to have your company. Look who's here. Hello, my lovely. How are you?
I'm fine.
This is a first for both of us. We're so super excited. Now, I spoke to you on a Facebook Live last night on my Facebook, and it was great to catch up, but also to learn what we've got on the show today.
Yes.
But for anyone that didn't see that, what do we have over the next hour?
Well, I brought you a whole load of new stuff.
Okay.
English paper piecing.
All right.
Okay.
English paper piecing.
That's how we say it.
English paper piecing.
Yes, because I love English paper piecing.
Okay, why do you love it so much?
I love it because it's portable and it's hand sewing, and a lot of people don't like hand sewing.
Okay.
But it's a lot quicker than you think.
Okay.
You know, and you can do so many things with it. But I've written 2 books.
Okay.
And I was constantly being asked, are you going to write one on EPP? Are you going to write one on EPP? So, yeah, I started in the middle of last year. I sat down and it's pretty much done. Okay. I've still got to take the lifestyle shots. Okay. So I've got to find somewhere to, somewhere to drape them to take the finished photos. But we have got a book. Okay. And it's coming out in May.
Right.
And you can pre-order the new book.
Okay, and that's advisable because I know whenever you bring a book out, it goes very, very quickly because they're always very, very popular because you have a huge following.
Yes, and it's delightful, and I'm really pleased that people purchase those books from me, and they continue to sell year after year. The difference with this one is I'm actually producing this myself. Okay, well, so well done you. Yes,
which is not the conversation we had about 20 minutes ago. But well done you. No,
Thank you.
You've got to be proud of yourself. It does take a lot of work, and especially in the current climate as well, when you've got lots of other things going on. So absolutely well done.
Yes, thank you very much. And it is quite a financial outlay for me. So one of the things that people who I spoke to on Facebook about it said, why don't you do a pre-launch? Because the difference there is I have to buy them. Yes. I have to pay for them at the beginning.
That's a good idea.
And then also have an idea of how many to order, because then I can reorder and reorder. But that's what I'm doing. So we launched it at the Glasgow show. Yes. And it went really well. Then we brought it at the NEC. So copies have been going fast. Okay. And this is the interim cover. Okay. As I said, I'm still nice. I'm still taking the lifestyle shots. Yes. Those bits will go because that's like just a pre-order. Yes. So yeah, those will go. I've got to find a country house to drape my quilts in.
Well, if you live in a country house and you would like Sarah to come and drape her quilts over anything in your home, please do get in touch. We can arrange that. We can arrange that. It'd be a fun day out and a good promotion for the Craft Store yourself. So if you want to order this, they need to go to your website.
Yes. Okay. So it's sarahpayne.co.uk. Yes. And go to the shop. Okay. And then there's a big area called the Craft Store with the logo. Click on there, and everything we've got on is in there.
Is on there. Brilliant.
In there, so you can find it really easily. Yeah, and that's what's wonderful about coming here and working with you guys. I've got complete freedom to do what I want.
I know. We should actually get you remote control, because then you can control me. You can fast forward me. You can rewind me.
Yes, I am in control. There you go. You're a puppet.
And you can pause me as well. Right, how much for the book? People want to order £12.
£12.
It says it right there, doesn't it? Even though those particular graphics will go when you get the book home, it is £12. It's a terrific price. Pre-order now. Yes. I mean, April's in a couple of days. Then it's going to be May. Yeah. This year's flying by. You'll have this in no time. And what a wonderful way to spend the summer, Sarah.
Yes, because you can take those projects with you, and it's laid out very similar to my other books, which are the techniques are at the beginning, and your templates are at the back, and all the projects are in the middle. And I've got a couple of examples.
Well, let's have a look.
Well, first of all, I've got an example of what English paper piecing traditionally was.
I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to put that down, and I'm just going to pop that on the counter, because I don't like saying put that down. And let's lift this up.
Yes, this is a vintage piece of English paper piecing.
Can you?
Yeah.
The paper's still in there. Do we leave the paper in?
No, we don't, but this was never finished. Whoever made this, I think this is one of the things that fascinates me.
Can I show the back? Can I show the back?
Yeah.
Let's turn that around. Look at this, everyone. There's newspaper.
I think it's the Radio Times.
Look at this.
Because there are listings, and there are listings for Orville. You know,
Wow,
Orville the duck
I do.
was on telly at 7:30 whenever this.
Fly in the sky.
Yeah, there he is. Look, there's Orville.
Oh, and Keith, wasn't it, Keith?
Yeah, Orville and Keith.
Orville, look at that.
Cut him out of the Radio Times.
There he is. Although I don't think that's Orville with him. I think that was when he had a lion or a tiger with him, didn't he? Oh no, it is Orville.
I think it is. It's just a funny colour.
Oh, it is. There he is.
Because wasn't Orville green? Maybe
I think he was. Look at that.
So,
but that's interesting. That's heritage, isn't it?
Yes,
and culture.
This is a vintage one. So this is how a lot of us learnt to do English paper piecing in the 1970s. What you would do is you would cut out the pieces from a magazine, you know, scraps, and then you would stitch the fabric around it, and then you would sew them together. Well, that's changed now. We use a much quicker method, and that's what's covered in my book. But that's the inspiration.
Is this another sample?
Yeah, that's another one. This is a sample of how you can finish your project.
Do we have this fabric on the show?
No, we don't. No,
Excuse me.
This is from my stash. This is Tilda. But the point with this is all hand sewn.
Yeah.
And people think it has to be really small pieces in order to hand stitch it. You know, but it doesn't. But also, I cover the method for binding.
Right.
Because instead of cutting it square and doing traditional binding, you do a very fancy schmancy way of binding it and maintaining the front.
That is fancy schmancy.
Maintaining the shape.
Oh, excuse me. I think it's that air conditioning in this building again. It's making me start to cough again, but I'm fine. I'm okay. That's beautiful. And do you know what I like about this as well? This is all hand stitched. You've not done this on a machine, have you? So this isn't like a sample you've done on a machine to show it off.
That's why it's taking so long.
Have you seen how beautiful and straight those edges are?
Yes. So the papers have come out of this.
Yes, I can.
We don't leave the papers
you can't hear that crunch.
And it's wadded up in the same way. And I have actually, if I just turn it over, you can see on the back, hand quilted.
Oh wow! Oh, hang on a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa! Hand quilted.
Yes, yes. And I've kept it simple, and I've done it with a perlé thread. So actually, I think is that a perlé or no? Actually, it's a stranded cotton.
Yeah, got you.
Used a stranded cotton.
So you're following the shape.
Yep. So
that's lovely.
I've hand quilted it. You can see it. I've kept the stitches quite big on the front.
Yeah.
And then finished it. There is actually a quilt hanging behind
the demo area.
Which shows this because it's a plain fabric. You can see it a little more.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know if you can get a shot of that, Jake, because the little they hexagons.
Yes, that's hexagons. They're 1-inch hexagons.
Gosh, now, look at that. Just to give you a perspective of the size, I'm just going to sort of like put my hand in. There you go. So you can see you've got that lovely perspective. How long would something like this take to make?
It did take a while, but the thing is, that's called my broken leg quilt. Because when I broke my leg, I was stuck on my chaise.
Oh, your chaise on?
Yeah, for a while, because I had to have surgery and stuff on my leg. And I did that because I couldn't get to my sewing machine, I couldn't get around. Yeah. So I stitched that. I stitched that by hand. And I showed it sort of on social media, and that's when the nagging began about the book. So,
but it's a good nagging to have.
It is.
It's a good nagging to have.
The thing about something like that is you don't have to do it as a whole quilt. You do sections.
Yes.
And then when you're ready, you sew all the sections together. So you're not trying to deal with a big project.
It's a gorgeous effect.
It is, isn't it? That was just plain fabrics that I had in my stash, and then I've done the longest thing was the binding because I wanted it to keep its hexagonal shape in the binding.
Yeah, beautiful.
And hand quilted, but you know it kept me busy and out of trouble.
Right, well, to keep you busy and keep you out of trouble, not that you're ever in trouble, I don't know you personally, but I might do. I mean, what you're doing now, we can see, you might get in trouble for that, but anyhow, go for the pre-order of the book, because remember, I was nearly called you Sandra then. Sarah's always very, very busy whenever you launch a book. I know you are because you've got a huge following. So do order that because you can only order so many at a time.
Yes.
We don't want anybody to miss out.
And they will be signed when they're sent out.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. So you'll get your signed copy.
Okay.
As soon as it comes in from the printer. So
perfect.
I think it's probably going to be mid to late May. So
excellent.
That's 6 weeks.
Well done. for putting the book
you.
together. Congratulations for that, and congratulations for anyone that's bought this already. Remember, where do we shop?
www.sarahpayne.co.uk.
There you go. Just look for the book, or even go to the craft store, which is on your website. It's in the section, and then all the products we've got on the show are there. Yep. Right, we've got 2 other books as well, haven't we?
Yes, this is my first one. This is Sarah Payne's Quilt School. So I went to the NEC, and pretty much everybody had already got it.
Oh, but that's good though.
But it's great for learners. It's great for beginners. So it's set out as basically in the lesson plan.
Yes.
Okay. So the beginning of the book talks about the various techniques and all about wadding and stuff like that, and then it put into 3 broad sections. One, making projects with squares, then making projects with triangles, and then making projects with curves. Like
Beautiful.
You can see then.
I'm not showing you every single page, obviously. I am just showing you part of the book. Look at that elephant.
Yes, there's another chapter about using up your scraps.
Love that.
So to make the quilt on the front, and then to make the cute elephant as well.
Excellent. Right, how much for that, Sarah?
That is $13.49.
That's a great deal, and you can get that from the website. And then the other book that we've got on the show?
Yes, this is my second book, which was about applique.
Okay.
Okay, because I was getting the same questions about people were going, well, how do I do it? What different types are there? You know, how
Let me open that up to show people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place that down, and I'll lift this up, Sarah, so I can show people as we're talking about it. And I'll pop that one down there.
Yes.
Oh, this is nice. Oh, I just like when you open the book up and you see all of the quilting. But appliques, that's nice.
Yes, so there's hand applique, there's machine applique, there's reverse applique, there's raw-edged applique, folded applique, all sorts of projects.
Like that cat,
yes,
the cat
the cat
mat.
and the dog mat.
Yeah,
cat and the dog mat.
I just went by that.
I think.
Oh, that's good, that parrot. There you go.
They are. Yes, and that's using a scribbly technique to sew the pieces.
I know that technique. I really like that.
Yeah,
that's really good.
It's really
hides a
good.
multitude of sins, doesn't it?
It does. And there's loads of projects, and it's not all quilts. Actually, if we just have a quick look at, I was going to say, where is it? I particularly. That is a cracking project.
That. Isn't that lovely? Look at all the animals on there.
So if I just turn that over.
Yes.
Look, we've got all the animals, and then we've got a fence around
that's
the
lovely.
edge, and then you've got trees. So perfect for a kid's play mat.
If I made that, could I sell that? What's the angel policy on all of this?
I don't mind.
Okay.
As long as you're not selling like 10,000 of them through Liberties of London, you know, or something like that. If you want to make the odd project, then I don't mind.
Oh, and the templates are in the back there, so there's lots and lots of.
They are all full size.
Okay.
Because I don't agree with this, you know, photocopy to 90%.
I'll pick that up in a minute.
No,
pick
what
it
I
up
was going to say was, you should find this in the back because when the publishers sent it to me, they'd actually printed one of the templates the wrong size.
Okay.
So they've issued an errata, which is what this is, which is just a change.
Yep.
It's because they would send me everything in A4 and I would check it and I would go, yeah, but the book's not A4.
Ah, right.
So it's slightly a different scale. That's for that quilt in there.
So that will be in their loose leaf.
Yes.
But it's in there.
And if it's not, if you go to the Search Press website and you search for Sarah Payne, the errata is on there.
Excellent.
And I didn't notice till the night before we launched the book.
Oh, wow.
And to be honest, I cried.
Oh, bless you.
I was getting ready for the demo and
bless you.
I couldn't make it work. And I just thought,
bless you.
That is so... But apparently, it's the thing.
Well, it's all corrected now, and that's the main thing. How much for the book, Sarah?
$13.49.
Excellent. OK, all available on sarahpayne.co.uk. Shall we do a live walk?
Yes,
I'm loving this live walk. I'm doing a different style every time. Here we go. Oh, right. Oh.
I'll go that way.
I was looking at, where do you want to start?
Down there.
Do you want to? OK, we'll keep walking. OK, here we go.
So, if you want to get your hands on some English paper piecing right away, I've got 2 kits. So this is something new I've been doing, and to be honest, it's taken me a while. I have had 2 scan and cuts going constantly, cutting all the templates. Aww. But this kit this is the flower kit.
Okay.
It is £9.50, and in it you get 3 fabrics.
Yes.
If I just turn it over, you get 3 fabrics. You get all the pieces you need.
Yes.
To make one of those, but there's enough fabric to make 4.
Okay.
Okay. Possibly a fifth one
as
well if you cut really accurately. So there's quite a bit. You can do 4 of those.
These are fabrics that you're getting in there, Sarah,
yes.
the ones that we see here with the strawberries. That's lovely for the spring, heading into the summer.
So what I've got is actually a selection, and when you go to the website, you can choose.
Ta-da!
You can choose which fabrics you want. So we've got.
I like this one.
Yes.
I like that one.
They are listed in there.
Okay.
So this is the William Morris.
And they all make the flower. So if I
do.
turn that round, you'll see that. Oh,
Yes.
William Morris, you've got Strawberry Thief in there.
We've got 2 versions, so you'll get either. You'll get either of those.
Hey, now here I've just thought of an idea. You know the first one you showed us,
Yeah, that's
with the
Strawberry
strawberries. Then this one's got Strawberry Thief in.
Yeah.
So those 2, if you were producing like something to put on the table or in the middle of the quilt, kind of go side by side.
They would, yes.
Yeah, I like that
would.
idea. These little kits are really popular at the moment amongst the crafting industry, society, community, because people want to have a project at hand. They want to have all that they need to do the project with, and that's why these are absolutely terrific.
That's right, and the pieces are all cut out ready for you to create what you want to create. So 4 of them you could put on a cushion, you could do them as coasters, but just pick the colours, and then if you're really fond of them, we'll come up in a minute to the fat quarter bundles. But look,
yes. Ah, right.
I've got some fat quarters of some
that could extend your project. These are absolutely beautiful, and I know that all the fabrics are going to be fabulous because you love fabrics. You're an expert in fabrics, so therefore the kits that are put together are just going to be so pleasing to the eye. I love those.
The colours will probably vary because in this one you're using 3 colours, but there are 5 in the range. So some of them, you might get a kit that's got that one, and a different one in.
Yes.
But they're all part of the same.
These are lovely. I like that one as well. That's really nice.
That's gorgeous.
And how much are these in, Sarah?
These are £9.50.
£9.50. Look at that. And this is designer fabric that you're getting in here.
It is.
And with the instructions. And do you know what I really like about this? You've got that picture of Sarah that you can put in a key ring. You know, the ones you buy from Skeggy.
Oh God, wouldn't that be scary?
Not at all. Not at all. Or just put it in a little frame and just show your mum and just say, that's my new girlfriend. Your mum will be ever so pleased, I can tell you, she really will.
You'd be surprised how many ladies try and fix me up with their grandsons. I think they want staff discount.
Oh, right, okay, I see what you mean. I thought you meant you have to pay for the grandson. Anyway, let's move on. These are terrific and can be found at sarahpayne.co.uk. They're great. They're really fabulous. Okay, now let's move on.
We've got some tools here. So when we get to the coaster, we're adding 1/4 of an inch seam allowance in a straight line. Okay. So I've brought our 1/4 of an inch ruler. So that just helps you with your seam allowance. It's £4.50. It's incredibly useful. I haven't got a huge amount of them, but every time I get them in, they sell very, very well. So that's what's wonderful about being able to come here. I wouldn't be able to bring that previously.
That's
because
brilliant.
Could make margin.
I was going to say, I've never seen that. And I use a sewing machine, but I'm not very good at doing the seam allowance. So that is really handy.
Yeah, so you can use that to draw the extra seam allowance, and I'll show you how that all works. Next we have
how much is the seam allowance? £4.50, and again that's available on your website. If people want to multi-buy, they can. Yes. Because when you buy something like this, you've got a friend that needs it as well. That's I think it's a great opportunity to do that.
And postage is £3.99. Okay. And it's per order. Okay. So if you order like loads of things, it's £3.99.
That's very good.
One, it's £3.99.
That's very good.
And I will get it out as soon as possible because it's just me at the moment.
Oh, bless.
So I'm packing and cutting furiously. Okay. So.
Very good. Yes. We like that. Keep Sarah busy. Keep buying.
Keep you out of trouble.
Keep you out of trouble. Let's talk about fabric glue pens.
This is a real game changer when it comes to English paper piecing. The fact that we can glue the fabric, where instead of stitch basting, like with that sample I showed you where it was sewn, this is a temporary fabric glue that allows us to apply the glue to our fabric and stick it to the papers, but then remove the papers and use them again.
Yeah.
So that's why, because if you use something like a standard glue, like a Pritt stick, others are available, you'll actually tear your papers. Whereas if I just reach over, you can see there's some of the, I haven't taken all of the papers out.
Yes.
Oh, let's get my fingers. Right, can you see?
Got you.
And then
just pull that away, and the glue just washes off. It doesn't stay tacky or sticky.
No. It goes on pink and dries clear, and that's now reusable. And that's been used 5 times now, 4 times, because I've used it in multiple.
Do you know, when we did a Facebook Live and we were talking about this, somebody commented about the glue pens, and they said that it's a game changer.
Yeah, zips.
It's a game changer. Yeah, and for zips as well. So it's not just for English paper piecing, for zips as well. Do you have these in two separate sizes?
So what we've got is, this is 650, this is the glue pen, and this is the refill.
Okay.
These are 350.
Okay.
So it comes with one refill, and I'll show you how that works when we get to sit down.
Excellent.
But yes, so if you've already got a glue pen, because a lot of people have, then you might just want the refills. They're 350.
Superb. sarahpayne.co.uk. Now, we are 20 minutes into the show, but it's good because we've been chatting about lots of different things. We do have demos coming up. We've got your comments and questions, so please keep those coming in. It's lovely to have your company. We're here all the way through until 4 o'clock here on the Craft Store today.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, this is another little kit that I've made up, and it's to make a coaster.
Oh, nice.
So if you want a coaster for your sewing room and you fancy a go at English paper piecing. Now, these ones, you'll get a random selection of fabric. We've got all sorts, and you can see there all the pieces are cut again. This is using diamonds, gems, those are called gems, and the little hexagons. Lovely. And we did it as the VIP in the VIP class in Birmingham, and people loved them. You won't get it. It's still a slow project. They didn't do it in 45 minutes, but they made a good start on it.
Yeah, of course.
And all the pieces are in the back, and a full colour pattern.
Again,
as well.
I think it's great to have these little kits because it gives you an opportunity to give somebody a project as a gift, or just have it for yourself. If you're going to go travelling, go on holiday, take this with you, needle cotton, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
Terrific.
And it's got the wadding, and it's also got the backing in it. So it's got the 3 fabrics, but you'll get a selection because I've used too many different fabrics to be able to put them all on the website. So you'll just get, and then when you place your orders, you can leave a comment.
Okay.
And if you want 2 kits the same, I will endeavour
to get them all right.
Done that way. But it's a nice little project. If you've not done EPP before and you fancy a go, that's perfect.
Perfect. How much are these, Sarah?
650.
650 on the website, sarahpayne.co.uk. Now, let's talk about fabrics.
Yes.
We've got
We've got a selection.
We've got a selection of 10.
We have indeed, yes. Now I'm going to have fun trying to remember them. They're all on the website.
Right.
They're all listed as one, and you pick from the drop down which one you want. And when you click on it, it will show you the fabric, so you will know which one you're picking. So that one is called Lilac Hues.
Oh, that's lovely.
These are all £12 each.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fat quarters in each.
They are.
And tied with twine, so that makes them look absolutely beautiful.
Or wool, or whatever I can find at the time, because I've cut these.
I'm not going to get each and every one of these out, but I'm sure you can see from what we're showing you the beautiful fabric. Is it cotton?
Yes, 100% cotton. This one is the country cuttings. Now, this is one of the flower fabrics. Okay. So, can you pass me the one that matches?
I can indeed.
So you can see here that there are 5 in the range.
So that matches with the kit to make the lovely little flower.
Exactly.
So you can extend that pattern.
So you could keep making them because those shapes can be reused multiple times if you are using the fabric glue pen.
Okay, perfect.
So that's
that
country
one.
cuttings, which is it's a ditzy print. It looks quite Liberty.
Do you know what? I nearly said, I was just about to go to the next one and go, oh, this is a Liberty in my life. Yeah, I know this. But okay, so it is Liberty-esque. It's not Liberty, but it's Liberty-esque.
Small diddy prints.
Yeah,
yes, which is great. Next we have got Raspberry Fields, which is this one.
Which also goes with?
Yeah, if you want to get the 2 together because you want to do more, because you could cover a whole quilt in these.
Yes.
You really can. There we go.
Beautiful. So that's a strawberry one.
And then
up
I'm
to
just
the top
looking
on this one.
Yes. So this one is called. Hang on, I've had to.
It's all right. Doesn't matter that you've got notes.
Sewing Studio.
Sewing Studio.
Yeah, there was just too many of them. I can remember some of them.
Oh, this is nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
nobody would expect you to remember all of these.
So you can use these for your EPP, or you can use them for any project, really. If you want to make some sewing.
These are lovely. Look at that vintage. Oh, that is lovely. Beautiful. For a minute, I did when I thought it was like a butcher, and that was some meat. And then I went, oh no, it's a sewing machine. I thought it was a butcher's table, but it's not. Just to reiterate that, it's a sewing machine and fabric, okay? Next up, Sarah.
Moonbeam Dreams.
Oh, well remembered.
Yes, and if you come through this, it's got this gorgeous, very, very dark green.
Nice.
But it's got moon moths. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
So if I just pull it, you see.
Beautiful.
You've got a very dark.
Nice bit of metallic thread on that would look nice.
It would look beautiful.
Yeah.
You could bead onto it. You can have a word with Donna in the next hour.
Yeah, talking about beads, Riverside
beads.
Beads is on later, and our lovely Donna is over in the corner of the studio setting up. Do you need some lights on, Donna? It's a bit dark over there. Is there any way we could put some? There you go.
Oh, there you go. Just
there you
lift
go.
her up.
By the way, warning, lights are coming.
But yeah, these were beautiful little crystals on some elements of that.
Superb.
Really, so that is beautiful. I love that really dark green with the mustard.
I do like that.
That really, really
So
appealed
5
to
fat
me.
quarters in each of these packs, and they're £12. And you can find them all on the website. The next one, this is nice.
This is called Vintage Vibes.
Okay.
Now, I love this one because it's got a real pop of colour.
Yeah, it has.
Just gorgeous. You've got that mottled like pink, which
like
is
my
almost
legs.
like it is early in the spring, you know. We're not getting legs out yet. And then you've got those other florals.
Oh, they're delightful. Very vintage.
Very vintage.
Nice 70s look there.
There is.
Okay, shall we head back up to the top?
So then we've got, which one's this? Which one's this?
This is lovely because you've got your cotton reels in here and your threads, almost like vintage threads or vintage sewing. Just trying to give you clues.
I don't know. I don't. One of them is.
There's like measuring tapes on here, sewing machines.
Yeah, one of them's a sewing studio.
Right.
But they'll be in a drop down, and when you click on the name
the pictures will
on the
come
website,
up.
the right picture comes up.
I reckon that's the sewing studio.
I think that's the sewing studio.
The other one was the vintage one, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
that's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Next up.
Now, this is why I had to write them down. This is Flutter and Folk.
Very nice.
This is the only one that I'm not cutting.
Where are we?
Because it's come pre-cut.
Yeah.
But I
you can see that kind of folk style to this.
But I love having beetles and those colours and butterflies in them. I think they're absolutely beautiful. And if you see there, you look at how gorgeous that is.
Isn't that beautiful?
And that wood fussy cut.
I was going to say,
if you wanted, if you wanted to do the flower with those in each one, it would be absolutely stunning.
Next one up, something to do with
we've got jungle.
Jungle, I like that.
So this is called we've called this blue jungle.
Oh, look at that, the rainbows.
Yeah, we've got the blue tones with the animals, the rainbows,
like
and
the grass, the foraging.
Yeah. And then the animals, if you just turn this over, look at those.
We'll turn that the right way.
We've got elephants. Yeah. So if you're making an I Spy quilt, because you've got the elephants there, and then we'll turn it, can we turn it around again?
Yes.
You've got all these different animals. Actually, I'll take it out.
I'll let you take that out.
Yeah.
And this one is going to go really well with the next one that we've got
Yes, because this is the next one is the same but in pink.
Oh, that's really nice. Look at all the different blues.
This makes a great I Spy quilt when you make different squares with animals in, and with the kids you can say, I spy with my little eye an animal beginning with L.
T.
Or T. Yeah. T, tiger.
What was yours? L for?
Lion.
Lion,
yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and they've fish and birds and elephants and hippos and...
You'll do a roaring trade in this.
What was that? That was a roar. Was that not a very good roar?
I thought you were just flirting with me there.
Again? Yeah, that was more of a,
I do like that, lovely colours. And again, you can produce some lovely icons. Okay, so the final one that we've got for you before we head to the demo area, because we have got some demos for you.
Yep.
This is nice.
This is it in
bright
pink.
and vibrant.
Yes, so this is the pink version. So you can see all the pink elephant,
nice.
spot, rainbow, and la stripe.
Nice.
And there we go.
That's
and
beautiful.
can I show you one more thing?
Of course you can.
Yeah, that's this. Now, I've never brought this to air before because I can't.
Okay.
And I have a limited amount of it, but this is basically a scrap bag.
Oh, okay.
So
I love a scrap bag.
I do my scrap bags, and basically they're bits of fabric where I've done shows and cut a bit out, you know, and there are bits left over. But they vary in size, they vary in colour, and sometimes I get to put a fat quarter bundle in them. Okay. But they're 800 grams of fabric. Yeah, we've just lined those up. 800 grams of fabric, £15. Sorry, I was just trying to. Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised you had difficulty remembering that price because that is fabulous. 800 grams. Yes. 800 grams.
And they'll be mixed, so there might be some Tilda in there might be some Tulip Pink, the Craft Cotton Company, Visage.
So a mixture. I like that.
All over. It just, you know, it's bits and bobs.
And terrific for English paper piecing.
Exactly.
It certainly is.
And, you know, if you want to make a scrap quilt, if you want to make the quilt that's on the cover of my first book, which uses lots of different things, this is the perfect one to do. So I've just picked a random one off my sewing room floor.
And we also love the fact that we've got great prices because, of course, people are buying direct from you and your website. Right, should we do some demos?
Yes,
let's do some demos. Oh, we're going to do a live walk. I'm going to grab my phone and I'm going to grab my tablet with me and my glasses and to drink. And I'm going to grab my sandwiches and we're going to walk down here.
Oh, I didn't know that was allowed.
No, it's not. No, I just know I made that up. I've had my sandwiches. They're gone. Dan, don't point at me. I've eaten my sandwiches.
It's really weird having Dan as a floor manager, isn't it?
Oh, he's got all kinds of hats on today.
I know.
He's now meet and greet with our lovely Donna. He's meet and greet, and he's going to sort Donna out. That's what he told me earlier.
See, I didn't get a meet and greet. I got an oi, Payne.
All you got from me was, I'm going to get a coffee, see you later.
Yes, indeed.
No, we had a chat. We had a lovely chat.
We did.
Right, so the reason why I've got my phone with me and my tablet is because I'm keeping an eye on YouTube and Facebook for your comments and your questions. This is your show as well, so if you have anything you want to know more about, or you want to go over something, or you need to have a chat with Sarah, then, oh, Siri's listening to me, then please do. Guess what you've found? the art of asking. All right. OK, Sarah, where do you want to start?
Right, OK. So let's get started with a little bit of fabric. So this is what's left out of the kit when I've made 4. So there's one, this just shows you, you know, you could possibly add a little bit more fabric, perhaps a bit of white for the middle and make a 5th one.
OK.
OK. You just mix the colours up. There is the one that we had on the counter. Could you pass that back?
Yes,
it's
this one?
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
So I have made 1, 2, 3. And you can see I've mixed up the colours a bit, you know, not just doing the same ones, because you get quite a bit of out of your fabric. This is the 4th one, which is here with the centre, which I'm going to show you. Hang on, so maybe that out of the way. And then there's a little bit left still. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is show you how fabric glue pen works, because
As you open that out, let's see, we've got a couple of comments here. Laverne has said, hi Sarah, I've hand sewn a king size English paper piecing quilt top, but never finished because I didn't know how to complete it. I'm so happy, she says, that you have a book available now and I can do it. And that's from Laverne.
Exactly.
So thank you very much for that.
There are a couple of ways you can finish it. You can actually just applique it onto a backing and treat it like a normal quilt and just bind it, applique it down and bind it. Or you can do that technique around the edge, which I did show briefly on this one, where you maintain the shape. It takes a little bit longer, but I think it is so worth the effort.
Well, Debbie Thomas says, I remember Sarah Payne taking some of the broken quilt to France with her.
Yes, I did.
There you go. That's that quilt up there, the broken leg quilt.
It was broken leg because I couldn't fly.
Yeah.
So I went over to stay with Debbie Moore.
Yes.
And David, and they put me up, and Bella drove me.
Oh, is that Debbie?
Yeah.
Or is that another Debbie? Debbie Thomas.
No, it's not.
Another,
This is Debbie Moore from Debbie Moore Designs.
Yeah.
Yes, they've got a chateau. I went to stay with them. And yeah, I had the broken leg, but I still needed something to do because idle hands. But all of us do. You know, you're sitting on a train, take out a little bit of EPP.
Yes.
You're waiting for a flight, take a little. You're on a flight. If you've prepped your pieces.
Can you take needles on flights?
Yes, you can.
Can you?
Can. Yeah, be careful with the scissors. That's why I'm saying prep.
Yeah, my mum had her scissors taken off her at the airport.
Yes, I did. I flew to India and I was allowed to go with them, and then I flew back and they took them off me on the way back. But yeah. So prepare your pieces. So I'm going to talk to you about the glue. Okay. So this is the glue, and it's bright pink. And it goes on pink, and then it goes white. Well, it goes clear. But if I just open it up, you can see here you've got the base. There's actually about that much glue in the base. So if you get yourself a coffee stick from your local coffee emporium,
thank you.
You can then use a bit of extra. The new one that comes in the packet. Oh, actually, if I put that down. Oh.
Did you just poke yourself?
No.
Oh,
I just... Because the thing is, it's a bit tight. I was going to... Anyway.
Oh.
But I didn't want anybody to see that I was going to use my teeth. Tweezers. There you go.
Would be preferable.
Yes, don't use your teeth. But you can see how long it is, how long a brand new one is. So they do last a while. Basically, when you want to swap them over, you take that one out and then you put that one in. And that's it. So I'm going to put that back in. It has the texture of lipstick, not Pritt stick. That's what I always said.
Okay.
It's very
creamier,
soft.
Creamier. Yes.
So put that away. If you leave the top off, it'll dry out. The tip will go white. But then what you can do is you can open it up till it's pink again and then just chop that off. So you should put your lid back on.
If only life was that easy.
Exactly, yes. Right, so let me find an end. All right, I've got... What I'm going to do is I'm going to
This is like, you know tennis. You know, you hear all the noises with tennis well, this is kind of the crafting equivalent.
Yes.
So it's one of those where we've got all these kind of different noises. With pin in your mouth is like...
That's because this is more like being in my sewing room.
Trying to find something is like, oh.
Yes, I did just take out a petal. That's all right. I just couldn't find where I'd put it.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Should I go and have a look?
Did I pick it up?
I'll go and have a look. You keep with Sarah, and I'll see if I can find it. I think it was over here.
No, it was here with the pattern.
Or was it?
Or near the glue. It's okay. I'm just taking out another one because this is what you do.
Okay.
You take the...
Yeah, I can't find it. You showed us how tacky it was.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way.
I don't know where it is. Well, we just going to shake out everything. It's all right. I've got one now.
Have you got one? I'm coming back.
Yes. So I'll come back to that. So this is what we're doing. Oh, while you're there, could you get me add a quarter? I forgot to pick it up.
Oh, my knees, Sarah.
Oh, she's getting old. Aren't we all?
It's not just that.
No, come back. That's it.
This.
The ruler.
Oh, okay. It's not just that, it's the noises you make when you get up and down.
Right, so what we do, and you want to make the most out of your fabric. And the nice thing is, because this is hand sewn and we're using papers to stabilise it, it doesn't matter what direction you put it in. Because there's no bias stretch. Okay. And you can place it. If there's, you want to get the piece in the middle, you really can. But I'm going to stick a bit of glue on the back and then lay that down. Okay. All right. So that makes it a lot easier. Now, you could, especially if you're doing straight lines, grab yourself your add a quarter, put it along there and then do a pencil line or use your rotary cutter. Keep your fingers, be careful with your fingers, but your rotary cutter up there to get an exact quarter.
I'm going to ask, well, no question is silly, but I'm going to ask it. There's no right or wrong way of using that because every side is the same. Yeah. Right, brilliant.
That's it. Now, I tend to be, I do it by eye, so it doesn't need to be precise.
As you're cutting that, Julie Hibberts has messaged in. Hello, Julie. I hope you're well.
Hello, Julie.
Sarah's scrap bags. I read that wrong to begin with. Sarah's scrap bags are
Yes,
a most
I call them potluck.
Yeah, are a most excellent value for money and such beautiful fabrics. They are a must. So ladies, grab yourself a bargain. They will exceed all your expectations. And guys, if you want to grab them as well.
Yes,
so
they're just random. You'll get some lights and some darks and some big pieces and small pieces. I tend to call them potlucks.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's just luck what you get. All right, okay. And then I'm going to run the glue along here, but I'm running it along the paper in a bit. I'm not running it along the edge. I don't want to get it on the fold because that will then make the fabric quite thick and tricky to sew through.
Okay.
So, and then I go up the other side, and this is exactly the same for the coaster. You see that? It's also a really great way of dealing with curves because instead of trying to stitch them down, all we're doing is making that curved shape like that, and that's our shape prepared. And you see how quick that was, and I'm talking about it.
And again, it's the right tools.
Yes.
To do the right trade, which means it fills you with confidence.
Yep.
And you can easily start to put these things. This is the part as a crafter, you're like, oh, come on, I need to get it done quickly.
Yes.
Because it's the sewing that you like to do.
Exactly.
So it's brilliant to have the glue sticks. It's brilliant to have that measuring tool as well. That's perfect, Sarah.
Yeah, it just makes it so easy.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to thread a needle.
Susan has joined us on YouTube and she says, how lovely to see you back, keeping us company.
Oh, thank you. Aww. It's lovely to be back. Right, I'm putting my glasses up my nose again. Right, so I've just got, this is a fairly thin cotton.
Okay.
Sometimes I use polyester. Marathon threads are quite good.
Yes.
But you don't want a shiny thread.
Right, here's a question. Should we wax our threads?
No, wouldn't bother.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no. Traditionally, you would do this with silk.
Right.
But that makes it a bit expensive. So a
silk
fine
fabric or silk thread? Oh, really?
Yeah, because it disappears. But with my technique, we don't need to worry about that quite so much. So I'm just using here, actually I'll get another bit because that's a bit short. This is just a Gutermann cotton.
Okay.
But I think my samples are made with a thinner thread. This is just so that you can see.
Does it matter about the colour, Sarah? Do we have to colour match the fabric?
No, you don't, because what colour would you pick? Would you pick blue? Would you pick red? Would you pick white? So what you do is you pick a neutral.
Right.
So if you are stitching some light colours, you'll pick like a light grey. If you're sewing dark colours, pick a dark grey.
Okay.
Stay away from black and white because they're very stark.
Yes.
And, you know, when you're trying to match colours, as I said, do you match to the blue? Do you match them? Who knows?
Yeah. So light grey, that's a good idea. Light grey or dark grey, very good tip.
So I tend to sew them in pairs. So I've sewed those 2 pairs together and then I've sewed them into 4.
Okay.
And I've done the rest of the circle now, so I'm going to show you what we do next. So this is basically how you sew the whole lot together. So I'm going to put my fabrics right sides and we just line them up.
Can we say hello to Pauline Wheeler? She's watching.
Oh, hello.
Yes, hello.
Bless you.
I saw Pauline at the NEC. It was lovely to see you, Pauline.
Yeah. I saw her too. Big hugs. Big hugs. Right, so we're going to put them right sides together. And actually, I've sewn a knot in the end of this. You can sew a knot. You know, we are allowed to.
Yes.
And I'm going to come in just a little bit, about 1/8 of an inch. And the idea is to sew as close to the edge and not through the papers.
Okay.
All right, so you're sewing through the fold. That's why when you put it on, you don't want to get glue on the fold because you're going to sew through that. So we're going to sew through there. So I've got my knot is buried, and then I'm going to go back. Sorry?
I was going to say, as you're sewing that, we just had another question that we'll answer maybe after this, and it's from Alan. He says, how do I stitch a Y seam as I'm finding it difficult to understand? Can you help? We'll probably address that.
Yes, that's a machine sewing thing.
Okay.
We're doing these are hand sewn.
Yes.
So if you're doing a Y-shaped seam, which is like that.
Got you.
Here, because that's a Y.
Yeah.
There, and there.
Yeah.
If you're doing it with English paper piecing, all you do is you fold it so that lies straight. So you're folding this, and then you fold that because it's papers.
Got you.
So sewing a Y-shaped seam with English paper piecing is very, very easy. Sewing it with a machine is a lot more tricky.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So
that's
sometimes, you know, even though it's slower,
yep,
it's easier if you do it by hand.
I like that. Thank you, Alan, for that question.
Thank you. All right. So now I'm going back to the beginning and I'm putting right on the edge there. Ooh. A stitch, and then I'm going to go through again, and I do what I call a stop stitch, which is basically I pull the thread around there and that tightens it off like a knot.
Okay.
And then the trick is, first of all, as I said, to stitch right on the edge, but also to stitch horizontally, like not like that, but like that.
Okay.
Okay, because if you do like that, it slips.
Okay.
But if we go backwards and forwards like a ladder stitch, so we go one way, and then we go back the other.
Is that what that's called, a ladder stitch?
Yes. You do it on knitting, and you know, sometimes what you do with ladder stitch is you would move, so like these are the rungs, and you would hide the stitch inside the seam allowance, but we don't need to.
I thought that was like a running stitch. Is it different when you do it like this?
A running stitch you would actually do when your work is flat.
Got you. There you
So,
go, so you're learning.
If
Now,
you're doing a whip stitch,
Yep,
you're actually doing sort of off at an angle, but it can make, when you pull the stitches tighter, it can make it slip along itself.
couple of questions then for
Okay.
English paper piecing. Okay, number one, does it matter how thick or how thin or how lightweight or how dense the paper is?
Now, that's a good question. If you are cutting your pieces and you want to stitch baste them, you need to cut your papers thin.
Okay.
All right. If you're glue basting, you can cut them thicker.
Okay.
And the thing about glue basting is you can use them multiple times, because as you can see with that piece that I just did, it's already made 4 circles and it's making a 5th. So we can keep using it. If you're trying to sew through a thick card, it does hurt your fingers. But the joy of using a thick card is it's really easy to fill the edge when you pull the fabric over.
Right.
With a thin paper, it's much, much easier to distort it because it doesn't really hold its shape.
Okay, another question. Does that depend on the needle then that you're using?
The needle that you should use for this should be quite fine, because you're trying to get through that edge there.
Because we're not sewing through the paper, are we?
We're not sewing through the paper.
We're sewing through the fabric.
We're sewing through the fabric.
You see, it's finally dropping. The penny, it's finally dropping with me.
And then I do my rule of thumb, which is basically the width of my thumb. I do a stop stitch.
Okay.
So my stitches are about 1/8 of an inch apart,
Yep.
but because I do stop stitch, that helps in a number of ways. For a start, the pieces don't pull apart and you can't see the stitching. Secondly, if you pull too hard, you don't break, and you do break your thread rather, it only comes undone up until the last stop stitch. And also, when we're doing this, so if we're doing these stitches, they're very small, and if your thread is very lightweight, when you sort of pull it, if you pull it like that, it may break. But if you go through and you pull it, so you pull it like that, from here, from closer to it, it's less likely to break.
Okay.
All right, rather than sort of going all the way up.
And are all these tips in your brand new book,
Yes,
which is
they are.
launching in May? It's available to pre-order now.
Yes.
When you get it, the graphics of the £12 won't be on there. No. This is just to show when Sarah's at the NEC, lots of people were coming up, loads of people were interested. The reason why I'm telling you that is because I know that whenever Sarah brings a book out, it's incredibly busy, but Sarah is funding this herself.
Yes.
So to begin with, there's a certain amount that's going to be published. And then after that, with the interest, it'll be published again.
Everybody who's ordered a book before it comes out will get a signed copy, and I will order a few extra the first time, but there won't be many.
Okay.
So
I just don't want people to miss out, because this is a lovely craft, and I think it's getting popular.
It is.
for younger members of the family as well, it's something that you could sit down with your niece, your nephew, you can sit down with your son, your daughter, or anyone that likes stitching, and it's just a really, really nice craft to get into, and it's something that you can just have a chat over, or just take a moment for yourself and have that concentration.
Yeah, I do it in front of the telly. You know, when there's something on the TV that I'm enjoying listening to, or podcasts.
Yes.
I was actually doing it at the NEC. I had a little table. I have a little. It's like a TV table. I have that out, and then I do the same at this end to make my whole circle. And it's just fun to use. And to be honest, if I start doing something like this, if I'm either doing this or crochet on the train, I can almost guarantee that I'm going to have an interesting conversation with a stranger, because I'm sitting on the train, they're going, oh, what's that? And you meet the best people like that.
It's a great way to get a date. Maybe, I'm just saying. It's a great way for you to have well, you don't need an excuse to chat people up, but you know.
I'm very good at that, apparently.
Sarah, you're very good. You're very good at that. You should write a book.
What about flirting?
Yes.
I don't know how to do it.
I know what you could call your book.
Okay.
Flirting with skirting. So, like making skirts. I don't have to explain it, do I? Do you know what Flirting with skirting with Sarah Payne.
I've just got, my dad used to say, I've just got a happy face, and people want to talk to me. And
Absolutely.
Then I want to talk to them.
Absolutely, you really have.
Exactly.
And that's why so many people love to meet you. Do you know what? Alongside the book as well, just as you're doing those stitching, should we just give people a reminder of the kits we've got? Because these are lovely. For anyone that's maybe not done paper piecing before, but wants to give it a go, I think these are perfect, Sarah. It's a great idea.
And I've not got a huge amount of them, because I've literally been cutting them on 2 Scan and Cuts on my living room floor.
Okay. Beautifully packaged, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I've worked really hard. I've learned Canva. I've learned so much doing this. So, because I've designed the packaging.
It's terrific.
And
it's a really good price.
Yes. So though you've got the coaster is £6.50.
Okay.
And which you make a coaster and complete it. But the flower kit, you got enough to make 4 or 5, depending on how frugal you are with your fabric.
Fabulous.
And you can make multiples of your flowers. And I just think it's a nice hobby. It's very portable. You know, if you're taking the kids to the park and you want something to just sit there and do.
Yes. As you watch them swing so high, they go all the way around and come back again. You're anything like my mum, bless her. Listen, we've only got 3 minutes left.
Really? Oh my goodness.
See, time flies.
So fast.
The scraps, well, when we say scraps, it's not really scraps.
It's potluck.
Potluck, they're a terrific value for as well. We've had lots of people to talk about that in the chat. So if you want to go for those, they're on the website. Your fat quarters, they're available on the website. And we all know that Sarah puts together the most beautiful fabrics. So you're going to be well chuffed with your choices there. And they're all available on sarahpayne.co.uk. So terrific.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, and then obviously when you start making these, please do share what you make. I love to see.
Yeah, where can they share it?
I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, Sarah Payne Quilter.
Anne Lloyd says, wow, EPP, lovely, and fabrics, good work, happy sewing.
Exactly.
That's what Anne says. Thank you, Anne.
And then basically your last piece is the circle, which is that one. And this is very difficult to stitch base. So the glue base, genius. So what I've done with these is I didn't fold over the ends there. Can you see that they're left free? And that is because it makes it so much easier to just stitch that down on top. So you can see here, I've just gone up and down and stitched around it. And then whatever you do, you could take 2 of them and put them together. Nice. And make, a couple of those and hang them in your window.
You could make a little needle book.
You could,
to put your needles in.
If you put a backing on that, and then you put I might have to do a kit.
Yep. Nice.
That might become a next kit.
Quick question, because we've only got about 60 seconds left, I think. When do we take the paper out? Do we iron it and then take the paper out?
Yes, you do. I've got the iron here. Okay. You would take the iron that, and then if it lifts up a little bit like that has, because when you just put a dab of glue back in there. And then you applique it onto whatever
Fabulous.
you want to sew it onto, a bag,
The glue pens are available, the refills are available, the books are available, the original book. Don't forget to pre-order that English paper piecing book and give yourself a chance to learn a new craft or
There's
just
going to be
extend your
loads
knowledge.
of tips in it, lots and lots of information.
I love that. Can I say a huge thank you? I don't know where the time's gone.
I know,
It's gone too quick. You need 2 hours, 2 in a row. That's what you need. Because we could talk all afternoon.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Sarah.
Thank you.
When's your next show?
7th
of April.
And
Thank you, Dan.
I'm bringing some crochet.
Are you?
Yeah, I'll be back with crochet.
Oh, I love that. Thank you very much, Sarah. Please stay with us. Go and grab yourself a cup of tea because we're coming back in a few moments with Sentangle.